Ding, 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 ding. Are you ready to rumble? In the left corner, we have our Monster High competitor. And this is from the Lost Boys Collector set that just released. In the right corner, we have our fashionista, the Bratz Anniversary Jade. Which one will be in the knockout and win this round? I'm just kidding. I do love them both. Well, the companies and the doll companies. I am not in any way trying to pit them against each other. So we're gonna hold your brakes right there, okay? Don't come after me just yet. This video is just essentially a new kind of way I'm doing my videos with these doll releases coming out. I want to get the reviews out there, but I don't essentially want to do how to say, one doll review when there's multiple dolls coming out and multiple reviews I want to do. So this is just a fun way for me to basically see my reviews into one and then see which one I would prefer over the other. I bought these dolls, so I like them. To begin with, I wouldn't have bought them if I didn't like them. So don't come after me just yet. These are all my opinions as well when we do the review, but we are going to be reviewing the Bratz Anniversary Jade doll and the Monster High Collector doll, the Lost Boys David. But before we get into this review, I want to take a moment to thank all of my current subscribers who have tuned into my channel and supported me. Thank you so much. And if you are new to my channel and you like my content, whether it be the doll reviews, the gameplays, or if you're just enjoying the vibes, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Now, these dolls released both around the same time, so that's kind of why I decided to mesh this doll review together. And at the end of this video, let me know your thoughts on how you like this kind of versus series. I may do it in the future when doll releases tend to drop at the same time, and that lets me put out the content. MGA, I love, well, stop myself right there. MGA, I semi-love. I've never been a huge Bratz person, and just recently I have loved the Mean Girls collab. I love this collector doll, and I've dabbled in some of the core dolls. However, I'm not a Bratz girly, if you were to say, but I am a fan of some of their dolls. I am mainly a Monster High collector, Disney collector, as most of you may know. But we are going to be reviewing these dolls. So I'm going to shut my trap. We're going to start with the Jade Bratz Anniversary doll. So looking at the box that she came in, of course, we have the fashionista Bratz. I love this case. This is a great case to display a doll in, especially a collector doll. However, let me tell you that this was a to get out of. And of course, I'm gonna bleep that out. But oh my gosh, like for this doll, it didn't need to be that hard to get out of this. There are so many clippings, so many tugging, pulling, untaping, everything. But I do love how they have this clear see-through that you can put her back in. And if you keep that bottom part in there, you can just pluck her back in there and display her. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with this box. I do love the gold Bratz foil effect. The artwork is amazing of this doll. She's giving me Lisa from Blackpink vibes, and I think that's probably the main reason why I got her, if I'm being completely honest. And then you have the Bratz Anniversary there as well. And that's essentially what that box is. It's beautiful with the artwork. If the artwork wasn't there, I'd probably say next to it. But this is the doll itself, and she comes with a stand. The stand is just those peg stands that you plop them in. She has them at the bottom of her feet. Nothing too special. But This doll retailed, I think, at $55 on the Bratz website. Depending on where you got her, she was either more expensive or cheaper. I think Target had her for $44.99. So if you got her there, you are lucky. Congrats to you. I wish I found her at that price. But anyways, we're going to start with her shoes as always. And this is my pet peeve. I hate that the feet are not separate from the shoes. That is probably what makes me mad about Bratz, but I get it. It's their staple style, etc. So I'm not going to complain about it too much because that's how they were made and that's how they are. But I do love the diversity of these shoes. I love the what are these, like etched in. I need to move her dress, girls. Girl, come on, let them see your shoes. So these shoes here they have like a ribbed kind of big stiletto heel. That's what that is, right? A stiletto heel. But I love how it incorporates the ribbons on the heel here. And then you have that kind of rose gold shine effect paint there. And what is that on the back? I didn't see that. I don't know if that's a purposefully designed here at the bottom heel. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Ripples? Oh, maybe it's a flower. I don't know what it's supposed to be. But I do love the stiletto pump kind of vibe going on here. And I literally thought that this part right here of the shoe, I really thought that those were separate metal clips that were dangling on here, but it's not. They are painted in that shine paint and they look like they move, but they don't. But then the ribbons do go up her leg, and I think they are, yeah, they're like glued on her leg, which I appreciate because if this doll isn't meant to change, you know, her outfit, I like how it doesn't slip and slide everywhere, which you might get in those dolls that don't do that aren't collector dolls, and they're just like, here you go, and then just slide everywhere, and it's like, oh, this is frustrating. So I get it there. Now, the dress itself, oh my gosh, this dress is so beautiful. I love, it's giving to me, it's kind of reminding me of when Drag Race has those design competitions, and it's like, make a design out of like a comforter. Or like a sleeping bag, and that's what it's kind of giving to me. But I love the design of it. You get the gold ribbons here on the side, and then right here on the corset bust part. And I love the overlapping of the outfit. And then this train, it goes all the way down. The only thing I don't like is that it closes, like if it's not in that display box or somewhere where this opens. But I mean, I guess if you were to display it, you would have it laying so it would open. I wish there was something that did keep it out, even if you were holding it. I don't know how they would do that effect. Maybe like spring wire? I don't know. But then you have this opening in the back. Girl, I hope you're wearing panties because this is going up way, way high. Oh, she is. Okay. You go, girl. I'm glad you do. But I love the gold opening here. The fashion statement. Bratz always has some great fashion in their dolls. She doesn't come with any accessories like a purse or anything else. She doesn't even come with a certificate of authenticity, but this dress is amazing. She does come articulated, which is a neat thing. I don't really like all this articulation. Like, I feel like maybe this part right here doesn't need to be here. I don't know. I just, it looks kind of weird to me. But I'm not gonna say anything else other than that. Going up to her face. So her face is covered by this veil. I love this veil. It is beautiful. It is sewed into her hair, but you can clip it off and take it off if you wish. But for the meantime, I'm keeping it on her. As you lift up the veil, it is tacked into her hair right here. But you can obviously just place it back if you wish to look at her face. Now let's look at her face. Her face is beat, and I love it. She just reminds me so much of, she either reminds me of Lisa from Blackpink or Jennie from Blackpink, or a K-pop idol in general. This is such a beautiful doll. And then the hair is in these braids. There's 5 braids, and they all are symmetrical to each other. And they're in this platinum blonde hair. I love this gelled wave bangs in the front here. So good. I don't know. This doll's aesthetic is so beautiful, and I honestly, I don't think I've done a Bratz review doll. I've bought in them, but I've never done a review. I forgot to clip out this tag. But anyways, this one is just, I felt like it needed a review because it is beautiful, and it was only $55 for a collector doll. I think it's good. My overall review of this doll, I'm not gonna say just yet. We're gonna move on to the Monster High, the Lost Boys collector doll. We had her punching going in there, and I loved it. Let's see if the David the Lost Boys doll can get some punches in there too. Okay, so we all know and love Monster High. Well, those on my channel know that I love Monster High, especially the Skull Lecter series when they make dolls off of horror movie icons. And the Lost Boys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't seen that movie. Well, correct myself. I have seen that movie, but I just recently saw it not too long ago. And you know what? I love it. It is a good 80s movie. And if you like those kind of movies, I suggest you watch it. And I feel like you would really enjoy it. But anyways, the box itself, you get this blown up Skull Lecter prototype of David from the Lost Boys in the gloss effect. On the sides, you get David hanging upside down. You get the iconic carnival boardwalk scene there. And her, this doll is gender bend. So I'm gonna go off of the pronouns that I want to. I'm probably gonna interchange them as him and her. So, but he is carrying this Chinese box, which we'll get into shortly. I love the Monster High logos that you see throughout the box. It's just really neat. And then you get oh my gosh, Draculaura and Frankie are in the back. I didn't see that until now. And they're missing because there are missing children in the movie, and it's basically in the film and circled around a few times. The box does open in a French door kind of vibe here, and then you get the background. The background of this box, let's get this glare out of the way. The background of this box is like the lair, the vampire lair. Look at the skullette. I'm just seeing all of these with the hair. But you get these little homages in the background, which I really like. And then this is the layer, like I said, that you kind of get referenced from the movie. The sides, you get the same prototype blown up versions here. They are different from the actual outside part of the box, which I appreciate. They could have used the same kind if they wanted, but they didn't, so I like that. The back of the box has the description here, so if you want to pause and read here, you may. And then you get a kite of the Lost Boys kind of logo there that you see in the movie. And as always, Monster High, Mattel never fails to include a certificate of authenticity. This certificate of authenticity has that same kind of inline certificate of authenticity that you usually see for Skull Lecter dolls. But you can see here who the designer is, which is Rebecca Shipman. And on the back, you get Mattel Creations in a foil-like effect. I love these certificates of authenticities because they're thick and I can display them and they don't bend easily or crease easily as some of the other ones, like the Barbie ones or even the Disney ones. They kind of are paper. But I do love this. So as always, Monster High includes a doll stand here. I love these doll stands that are the hip huggers and not the saddle stands. I prefer these over even the Bratz ones because I was filming with her and she, even right now, it looks like she's leaning. So that's not really, I don't really like that. I wish Bratz had a different stand. But anyways, the shoes we are looking at, they are boots, and I love the embossed kind of 3D effects that they have on the details of their shoes, and then the gold effect of the sole. I love the object heels. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. I love that we have the wine bottle that has the blood. So if you drink it, you essentially would become the vampire, a part of the Lost Boys, or a vampire, start turning into one. And then you have the saxophone instrument. I don't remember the saxophone part. I need to watch it again. Was it him who played it? But anyways, I love the boots and the object tails and the colors of the shoes. Then we have this one piece pleather kind of design here. It is not going over the foot, so it stops there at the foot, but it does go all the way up, and it is short sleeves. So you get that design here of the face. I think that logo for the Lost Boys is cute, but you have this pleather outfit underneath. The only thing about this material is that it tends to either chip off easily as time goes by, or it's very fragile. As you can see, like, there's already something there. So that's the only thing I don't like about this material. I get it for the aesthetic of this doll, but this doll also has like the trench coat for this character, and I will say that the trench coat here is very high quality fabric. It's not thin, it's very thick, and it looks like it's only one layer of it, so they utilized a higher quality fabric here. And then on the top here, you get the collar that has the added kind of pleather, is that like snake skin themed for the collar. And then you have this brooch piece here, which is in a gold paint finished with some red in there too. The accessory that this doll comes with, I love the accessory that they did for the purse. The purse is paying homage to that scene where he has the Chinese food and is giving it out, and he's like, here, taste noodles. I guess first he basically says, eat it, it's rice. And he eats it and he's like, how do you like eating maggots? And he's like, blah, 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 you know. And then there's this one scene and he's like, it's just noodles, it's noodles. But then he turns it into worms. And I like that they added that part of the movie into this doll. So I really appreciate that too. But you can see that it's worms here and then the chopsticks. I wish the chopsticks were a different color. Maybe like a lighter brown, but I get it. The gloves are hand painted on for the hand molds. You get the bumps and ridges of the gloves, and I mean, you can always switch it out with other colored skin Monster High dolls if you wish, but I like the gloves piece added on. The face. Monster High never goes wrong with their face printing, and I love the mold here. Of course, the mold has the lines on the forehead, and that's how the character looked when he turned into a vampire. So I love that they added a new mold for this and not kept like a flat foreheaded mold. But the printing is so good, the fangs, everything, the neutral colors for this doll, and then the eye colors for when he turned into a vampire, it really brings out that aesthetic. And I love that evil face because he was a villain, an evil vampire in the movie. And then you have this earring here too. It does give off like a metallic dark blue, black. It looks more bluish purple to me. What is it? Is it a... I don't know what that's supposed to be. I watched the movie, but I don't get what that reference is. Y'all who have watched the movie over and over and over, let me know what the references are that I'm saying. I don't remember the references. But the hair, we have a kind of mohawk here representation, but it goes into a little high ponytail here, and then it all goes down the back. And it's a platinum blonde to match our platinum blonde here. It is a little bit darker than hers, just ever so slightly. And this doll retailed at $65, so only $10 more than the Bratz doll. So let me give you my review and who won this round of this doll review. I'm going to give this, this is hard. So as much as I love Monster High, I'm gonna have to give it to Bratz this time. Bratz won. Jade, the fashionista, went and had that knockout punch over the Lost Boys, but ever so slightly. I'm going to give the Bratz anniversary doll an 8 out of 10, and I'm going to give the Monster High, the Lost Boys, a 7.5 out of 10. So I'm giving her 8 out of 10 because I don't like the stand. I don't like that their shoes don't come off, and that's just my nitpick, and that's probably why I don't collect Bratz as much. I don't like the articulation here. However, the outfit, the design, the hair, the homage to me, her looking like a K-pop idol. I love that. And if you know me, I mainly listen to K-pop music. So I just, overall, I love it. The packaging, oh, I think I got a hair in my mouth. The packaging is really beautiful too. So like you can take her out and then put her back in, which I appreciate. The only other thing I really didn't care for is the, you know what? That's probably it, I think. You putting her in there. I think what I was gonna say is the packaging trying to take her out. Y'all didn't need that much tags in there for me to snip, because there were tons. There were like 10 in her head alone. I'm like, dang, you have me taking off the top of this box and it's taking me 15 minutes to get it out in the first place, and now you're gonna have me another 10-15 minutes to get her out. But that was my only pet peeve. Oh, I was gonna say that she didn't come with a certificate of authenticity. I wish she did come with a certificate of authenticity at least. And maybe, I feel like she's missing a necklace. I think she would have looked great with a gold chain. And that would have looked great on her, or even a bag. And I think that's probably what my cons on the Bratz anniversary doll. Now for the Lost Boys Monster High doll, I gave it a 7.5. And the only reason why I gave it a 7.5 is because of the pleather outfit and how it already chipped off. Like I just undid it, and that pleather, there was that little piece that came off. Other than that, I love Monster High's doll bodies and articulation there. I think there could have been more to this doll, but I get it. They have the certificate of authenticity, they have the box design, they have the separate box that comes out. So I get that cost goes into that too. But I think they could just make it one box again and just have it open. But that's what they did at the very beginning with their skull lectors. But I wish that it was more a magnetic clasp there that would open as so and then clasp close. Or what they could do is have this image here and then unclasp the sides with like a magnet, because I know they're leaning more towards like collectors who like to display their dolls. But I think it would be cute if they would just have a top part that clasp that can magnetically unlock here and pull off, and then you can display, and that way you could even put it on the back side and clasp it there so you don't lose the front. I think that would be a good idea for the Monster High Mattel if you're watching. And I think they could have just given a little bit more, like there's something missing here in the middle, maybe like a gold belt, something to break it out. But overall, I just love the design of the doll. I think just out of these two, Jade came out just a little bit more over the Monster High doll, just because of the look, the fashion, the oomph she's given us. She's like, I'm not bad B. But it's very close. It was very close. Let me know what you think on these two dolls. Which one you thought won? Do you agree with me? Do you think that they're both good? Do you not like any of them? Did you collect them? I want to know. I want to know. Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, thank you for coming in for this doll review. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, also let me know if you like this kind of versus doll review that I'm doing or trying to test out. I'm curious. I kind of thought it was fun. But thank you again for coming in. As always, I hope you have a great day, a great night, wherever you're at today. And remember to stay kind to yourself as well as to others. Simply Rye.